Welcome back to Sin City Crypto. I'm Eskimo Dave in my Eskimo jacket. We're going to visit the igloo today. You know what I'm saying? How you guys doing? Today, we're going to trade. Trying to make some money. Now, my boy Brandon joined me here in a little bit. Talk about some trade setups. I want to talk about what I was doing last night. I was doing some stuff on Coinbase. Trading some Bitcoin futures, some Bitcoin perp futures. And, I was scalping. I was making a little bit of money, a few $100 at a time, $200-300. I think my largest was like 450. Made it, saw something go different direction, so it didn't hit my TP levels. So, got out with like a $90 or $100 profit. That was cool. Still making a little bit of money. And so what I was doing is I was on the 1 minute on Bitcoin. I'm not going to show you guys here. And I added this VWAP indicator, VWAP AA, and this is the one it is. I'll show you guys. So if you want to do it yourself as well, VWAP auto anchored. That's the one I have on my chart. And so why? Let me pull it up like this. Oh, by the way, guys, this sale is awesome for those of you that want to upgrade your trading view. So for Bitcoin, I'll go back to the chart here. We'll go to the 1 minute. I'll kind of show you guys how I was scalping shorts yesterday. So we did get a nice break above this VWAP line, our upper band here at at the time, it was at around 87,517. And I was using Market Cipher A and Market Cipher B. And I'll show you guys what I was looking for and how we're making money that way. So this was the biggest trade I had yesterday. And, we got a break below. We got this red X on Market Cipher B. We got the confirmed break below our VWAP upper band 1. We attempted, failed, didn't enter. Attempted again, failed, didn't enter. And then we attempted here again and failed. The difference here was we failed and we got a red X that flashed our Market Cipher A. And I learned this through trading the 1 hour using the VWAP and Market Cipher, is that if conditions are met as far as failure to break back above the VWAP, also with RSI and stochastics being closer to overbought than oversold or neutral, and if we get that red X, not a baby blood diamond, but a red X, it was a great short position because I had tried to enter on a couple of blood diamonds. One was here, but not the VWAP. We were way below our VWAP, not coming off a failure to reclaim. And it didn't really work out. It reversed almost immediately, as you can see here, 1 time, 2 times. And both times, our RSI and stochastic momentum indicators were both kind of flat or closer to oversold than they were overbought. And so those were incorrect signals, okay? This one worked out very well. This one also worked out very well as we got that big blood diamond with the red X. And so I was scalping shorts. I was waiting for another entry here. Didn't get it. As you can see, we didn't get that red X. We did get the red X here, but momentum was already on the way down. I didn't enter into that trade. And then Bitcoin just exploded this morning. As you can see, it reclaimed that upper band or that second band, and then ultimately reclaimed, chopped on that third band, had a small deviation below, no entry signals for a short, and then break above, retest, green dot on Market Cipher A, and then it was off to the races. And you can see here how, in this case, we did see a little bit of a scalp opportunity here if you were trading with leverage. It's around a third of a percentage point to the downside. Momentum indicators were primed for a reversal, and it just, the momentum was high for Bitcoin. And so I'll be waiting for the same thing if we do come down. VWAP is at 87.8 currently. So a break below and a failure to reclaim with Market Cipher giving us a red X or a blood diamond would give me confidence to enter into a short, but we are not there yet. And so for me, at least in trading perps, I only use it for shorting. If I am looking to long, I'll simply long in the spot markets. But when I do my perps, I enter in on market orders and I immediately set a stop loss. Because I'm only trading to the downside, the risk of it just exploding to the upside in a matter of time where I don't have enough time to put in a TP or a stop loss is not nearly as dire as if this thing is, the floor is completely falling from underneath it. So that strategy I've been using, a strategy I'll continue to use. A chart that I've been keeping my eye on, you guys, is the ICP chart. Let me show the ICP chart here, and then I'll kick it over to Brendan, and I'll have him just kind of take a look at whatever chart you want, my friend. But for me, ICP key level is reclaiming the 786. You can see why that level is so important, right? We took this move down here from around $2.89 up to the current local high of around $9.81. And you can see we lost that 786 level, attempted to retake it, failed, and we are currently pushing our way back up there again. That price, my friends, is $4.30. Let's just go ahead and manually just 4.375. 4.375. So that is a level I want a reclaim above. Okay, so for me to enter into a spot long position on ICP, and by the way, this gap, I would write it from the 786 up to the 65. So the beginning of the gold pocket, let me throw on the, no, actually this is good, is around 21%. And so on a, on a $20,000 position, that's $4,000. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good trading day, but I am being patient. I'm waiting for this level to flip, and I'm waiting for something like this. Okay, a break above will probably come test the upper band of this market cipher moving average ribbon here, which currently sits at around $4.60. And I want to enter in on a positive retest with increased volume. That's a terrible volume picture there, but you get the point there. You like my picture there, Brendan?
Let's see.
It's a terrible picture. Just say no.
What is that?
Exactly. So yeah, that's kind of my setup that I'm waiting for on ICP. We are seeing a little bit of volume increase, which is good, but not enough confidence for me to enter. We're seeing, this thing, momentum has been flat for a while.
Nah, ICP pisses me off.
Me too.
I don't like it.
But I got to remove our emotion away from trading, right? Because
Indeed.
if it can make me money, I'm all for it, baby. Except illegal things, and well, ICP is not illegal things. But you can see RSI has been flat really since November 14th. It's kind of been just few spikes up here and there, but nothing worth getting into or trading. We're seeing a little bit of a rebound here on Market Cipher B. As you can see, this thing is just going vertical. Money flow is starting to expand back to the upside. We did get a double green dot here on Saturday at 4 p.m. Pacific time. VWAP expansion to the upside. These are all good indicators. But again, for me, $4.37.5. I want price to reclaim and retest as support for me to enter into a long. I know Mike said, learn how to draw like CryptoFace. That man is an absolute savant of the drawing. Anyways, those are kind of some setups I'm looking at. Brandon, what do you got your eye on, man? We do see, you mentioned in the morning show, volatility in the market open. We do see some towards market close. Is there any setups that you're kind of eyeing that are looking a little juicy right now?
So right now I haven't looked at any scalping right now, but I've been looking at Aerodrome a little bit.
By the way, can you tell people why you got blue and black candles?
Oh, I'm colorblind. So the red and green candles mix me up, and I could be trying to take a short on a long. That would be really bad.
Fair enough.
But the blue and the black really helps me just see everything that's going on, and then I color code everything that makes it just contrast off of my blue and black candles.
You're the first person I've met that's openly told me they're colorblind.
Yeah, it's not embarrassing. What if you guys...
It's definitely not embarrassing.
Well, think about it like this. What if you guys are colorblind and I see it the right way?
Okay, let's not go down that road. This is not a conspiracy theory show, my friends, but unless you got a conspiracy about a chart here. But please, go ahead. You said Aerodrome.
Yeah, so I was actually looking at a 30-minute, and at this 30-minute right here, and I see this resistance zone right here. It tapped into it, and it pushed down. And
what level is that, by the way, if you don't mind me asking?
It's around 72 cents.
Okay.
Yeah. So around 72 cents, it catches resistance. It moved down, and then it caught resistance again, and then made a big move down, all the way down to 64 cents. So we tapped into this resistance zone at about 10 o'clock. I think that is.
It's about an hour and 45 minutes.
Yeah. We tapped into that resistance zone, and it looks like we might be moving in a downtrend. I don't want to get in a trade yet, but if I do see a little bit more movement to a downside, even probably a fair value gap, I might get into a trade and write it down to 64 cents.
Okay.
I like how that's moving. I like how that is on that 30 minute resistance.
What if it tries to take that level again and gets rejected? Are you open to entering there, or you want more confirmation?
If it tries to take that level again and gets rejected, I just don't like to see it reject and then not see very much movement to the downside. If it just rejects and then sits there and chops, there's nothing for me to do there.
Yeah.
Chopping market's the worst type of market to work with.
Amen.
You don't know what's going to happen, and it's consolidated. So
Well, you need volatility to make money at the end of the day.
Right.
Unless you're trading options and you're doing some kind of bracket, like an iron condor or something like that. If you're just trading long, short, then yeah, you need volatility. Aerodrome's interesting though, dude, because Aerodrome, it can move, and it's one of those projects that can move on its own.
yeah.
It just hasn't really done that yet. And so I'm just kind of looking at an Aerodrome chart here. 4 hour looks decent. I think you were on the 30 minute, right?
Yeah.
30 minute, I thought I saw a little bit of, let me clean up the chart here just a little bit.
Let me pull up market cipher A real quick and see what's going on.
Yeah. I was looking at, let's see if there's any gaps here. Let's get rid of VWAP.
There's nothing really on market cipher A. There was a blood diamond that was wrong.
Yeah. And then you brought up a good point. When you're using indicators like market cipher, the lower time frame you go, the more opportunity that it's going to be a false signal. Yeah. You do have a gap here you have a fair value gap here on Aerodrome on the 30 minute. And this thing goes all the way down. If you do fill the entirety of the gap, 68.8 cents, which if it does fill at that level, Brennan, you have an opportunity for a potential bull flag pattern here, which is a bullish pattern that should break to the upside. And let's figure out, well, where would the break go to? Like, what's that measured move? Depending on where it breaks, you're looking at a potential move back up to 75.5 cents. Yeah. If we zoom out, you also have a little bit of a W pattern here.
Yeah,
not really.
It's not great.
Yeah, we'd have to get a push. We'd have to get a push up to that 75 cents for that W pattern to fill out.
And then it might push all the way up to that. What is that up there?
75 cents.
75 and a half. It could go up to 80 cents. I mean, if you see that nice W, if it gets to that point with that W pattern, could happen.
Yeah, just checking volume. I mean, you have a massive volume node at around 82.2 cents. And you take a look at what price has done at those levels. Let's drop a horizontal on top of the 82.2. Your yellow horizontal is what we're looking at. Let me get rid of Lux Algo. And you can see this has been a very important level. This is also where Aerodrome kind of came into an inverse head and shoulders pattern, broke above, caught a retest, and then it rallied. I mean, it had an absolutely massive rally. Off of the retest, dude, this was a 56% rally from the beginning of November until about the 10th. So in a matter of 5 days, it rallied almost 60%. Jeez. And on the way back down, you can see it was kind of holding on by a thread, had a small deviation, got rejected, reclaimed it, and then rejected twice. And so for me, I am expecting this level to be a very important resistance level. So if you are going to enter into an Aerodrome long, the first level I'd keep an eye out on is 75 cents, which you can see here. Well, it kind of went away, but there was another large volume node at that level, but 82.318 cents. Do not be trapped in a long prior to hitting that level unless the markets completely reverse. Bitcoin's above 96K. At that point, if you want to risk it, but I would still take some profit off the table before we hit 82.3 cents. You can go with the way Brennan does it, which explain to people how you take 50% off the table. What's your strategy there?
So what I do is when I'm in a trade, I will just mark it out with this little tool right here. So you can see this little tool. I just popped it up on the screen. Mine's usually blue and black, but I just take it. So let's say I put a trade in. Okay, let's move this down here. Let's say I put a trade in right here at this fair value gap, right? And this is my candle, and I want my stop loss to be below this low of the fair value gap, and I want my take profit. I'm looking to make money, at 82 cents up here. So we'll just put that up there. When I'm doing this, I want to just put this down real quick to a 1-to-2 or a 2-to-1 risk to reward right here. And I just mark my 2-to-1 risk to reward. Once it passes that level, boom, I take half my profit off there, and then I just trail my stop loss up with everything else that I'm doing. So this is my 2-to-1 right here. this line would get marked. I just drop a nice little, that's a ray. Hold on. I just drop a nice little horizontal line right here. Boom. And then I take this, drag it up to where I want my take profit at. What is that, 82?
Yeah.
And then my stop loss will just trail and trail and trail. I can't do it right here, but obviously you would have your stop loss, and it just trails my candles as they go. I wait for a little because it'll move up, and then it'll consolidate a little bit, and then it'll move up, and then it'll consolidate a little bit. On those consolidation zones, I just move my stop loss up to trail. If it comes back down and hits my stop loss, I'm still in profit. It's a risk-free trade. Yeah. I'm cool. Nothing bad happens. I still make some money off of it. So that's just it's better to be safe than sorry.
Amen, man. I think you're very ahead of, because, trading is not just about price action and charts. There's a mental aspect to it too. And I think that's what gets people caught up and blowing accounts and just making rash decisions. I've been there. I've done it plenty of times. Yeah. Still do it sometimes to this day. And I kick myself in the ass and I go back and spend 7 hours figuring out why the hell I did what I did. And so, but I agree, especially if you're in a long in a market that is clearly in a downtrend, you scalp those profits. And if you got to scalp them early, you got to scalp them early. Right. It's easy to make 200, 300, 400% on a leverage trade in a bull market when Bitcoin's making new highs if you're in longs. It's also easy to do that on reverse. In a bear market, if the trend is clearly down, when you're shorting, it's easy to make the 50, 60, 100% gains. But if you're going against a trend and you're trying to scalp a long in a downtrend or a short in an uptrend, you got to scalp those profits early, bank them, move your stop losses up. I think what Brennan said he's doing, I think is a great move.
And like I said last time, high time frame bias. If you're going to scalp the low time frames, do not do it without a high time frame bias. You have to see some type of movement up there or else you will get in trouble.
Amen. And we don't like getting in trouble. Last time I got in trouble was, last night. My wife came home and I forgot to pick up my clothes. Yep. Okay. Let's take a peek at the crypto bubbles. That's bubbles, by the way. Rain.
Nice.
Rain, rain, rain. What on God's green earth is rain? Wow. 1.9 billion market cap. What the F is rain?
That's a pretty big volume move too.
Yeah. I mean, okay. What the hell is this chart, bro? I would not be caught trading this chart if you paid me $100,000. What is this, bro? Guys, we've seen this a lot. I'll show you another example. I think it was Trustless. Damn it, it was on Coinbase.
Some other sorry ass.
Hold on. Spot Trust USD, okay? A new era of Coinbase begins. Wow, cool, Coinbase.
Look at Coinbase.
Okay, like here, guys, no, okay? Just no. Don't do it, all right? And this doesn't have a lot of, there we go.
Yeah, what on God's, if you're trading this, you just stop trading.
You will get in trouble, okay? And yeah, I'm not interested. I'm not interested in that. I'm not interested in this. I'm just not. I'd rather trade the larger cap. Sure, will I miss out on some profits? Absolutely, but I'd rather not risk it. Starknet seeing a big pullback. This is a project I've made a good amount of money on trading.
It was up last week.
It was. And guys, this is another ZK narrative play that is starting to fall by the wayside, man. Dash, I mean, where's Dash at? Let's take a look at Dash. Where are you, Dash? Dash is at $58. This is Dash on the daily, okay? It lost some key levels. Let's draw our fib up here. Let's go Fibonacci. Guys, it consolidated at its gold pocket, lost it. Didn't even attempt to consolidate at its 786 level, just blew right through it on increased volume. It's gonna attempt to retake it, but chances are it'll get rejected. I mean, look here. We had a wick here on October 12th after the big washout, and price fell, and then it had that massive rally. Zcash, kind of same thing, although not nearly as bad. Zcash does have some very strong support at 440, so keep your eye on that for a potential bounce. If it fails, and Zcash falls under 440 and continues to trail down and loses like 237, I think confidently we can say that the privacy narrative is over. I'm leaning that way, but I'm not ready to completely bury it yet, right? I got the grave has been dug. The casket is not down and the dirt has not been thrown on that casket just yet. I think Zcash is going to be the biggest indicator for that. And so Starknet is kind of in the same in that same category, my friends. And guess what? If Starknet loses 14.2 cents, which it currently is right now, that is the 786 level. And what happened the last time Starknet was here? Well, we saw a massive rally. It had a small deviation below, but it rallied 2x. If 786 does not hold and we get a close below 13.1 cents, I would not go anywhere near Starknet on a long. If you want to try to short this thing, I'd be careful of that as well, because it could very well, the narrative can pick back up. We could see Starknet start to rally again. But guys, I mean, it's got this massive volume node at 15.1 cents. And so you got to ask yourself that question. Is that gap enough for you to make money? 6% gap. Yes, it is, right? My bare minimum is 5% on spot, no leverage. If you're doing leverage, you can get away with 1 or 0.5% because you're levering that up. But if you're just in spot, minimum 5%, you do get that with a little gap if it gets a retest, but I would just be very careful. I'd be very careful of the narrative and whether this thing is going to bounce back or not. Taking a look at some of the other gainers here. SUI's up 10%. Do you want to pull up a SUI chart, Brandon? It's a SUI. I would probably pull it from, I don't know, Coinbase or Binance. Yeah, whatever you want to do. That's up 10.8%. I saw something on X where it said it's got the highest inflow of stable coins.
Well,
pretty impressive.
It's up.
Yeah, it is up. Why don't you mark out some important levels there and I'll come to you when you're ready.
Yeah, I got you.
Injective up. Kind of everything is up minus ZK and privacy. Starknet down, Monero down, Zcash down. Near protocol's up. Near kind of scares me. Let me run through a Near chart real quick and then I'll throw it over to Brendan. Near, I mean, it's lost every key level. Lost its gold pocket, consolidated, failed. Blew through its 786, catching some support at the 1-to-1 here. But this is not what you want to see. I mean, you put in this big move on massive volume and you literally gave every single dime of it back. And you're just in this fucking range again. Yeah. Right? You're in this 308-day range between $1.80 and like $3.30. Now, don't get me wrong. It's a 2x range, okay? It's a 2x range, 100% range. So sure, if you're on a high time frame and you mark out $1.87, $1.90, and you ride it up, but I would be careful because I don't know if it's going to come back and retest the top end of the range. I don't know. I mean, it retested the top end of the range almost every time, but there was no volume. This time we saw volume. So we're like, okay, let's break out of the range. Next up is $4.40. And then we can talk about making new cycle highs at over $8. We never got there. So buyers piled in, but it didn't matter. We still got topped out at we still got stopped at the top end of that range. I'd be very careful with Near. And I say that about a lot of them. Did you you go with Sweet? We'll swap over to you?
Yeah.
All right. What do you got?
I mean, it is up and it's looking good. It broke through its resistance level. This is
with volume too.
Yeah, this is like as of 7:30 this morning. It didn't start an uptrend till like 2 a.m. and then it's been moving ever since. Now it's 7:30. Since 7:30, it's been moving on market open in the morning in that volatility time. Big move right here. This is that candle. This is that candle right here, this one. And then it's continuing to move. There's a little bit of like a zone where it tapped and kind of stayed right there. but it looks like it's pushed above that and it broke above it. So I think it'll continue to go, and it could go all the way back up to $1.63 and then even higher around maybe $1.78.
So if you were trying to get a trade set up here, would you be waiting for a long or a short?
A long. I would wait for this breakthrough of this resistance, and then if it broke through, I would ride it up to this zone right here probably, and then if it broke through this zone right here and didn't retest and come back down, then I would get in another trade and look for it. I mean, probably somewhere around $1.78.
Because there's a lot of volume gaps there.
Yeah,
right. You got a gap once you clear that blue rectangle you got there. There's a gap above there. Then you hit that little bit of resistance as far as volume goes.
Yeah,
and then there's another larger gap above that. Squeeze one of the ones where it's got the narrative, it's got the VC money. I wouldn't stay in this thing too long.
Yeah, no.
But then again, I could say that about literally every single altcoin is don't stay in it too long. Just go ahead and scalp your profits.
Don't be in it for like days on it at a time.
No. Yeah. In my opinion, if you're going to scalp, you got to be on the 4 hour or lower.
Yeah, for sure.
If that, maybe even the hour or lower.
Yeah, I mean.
But you got to have tight stop losses, in my personal opinion.
No, I'm not doing no crazy stop loss. I'm not trying to lose crazy money like that.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Yeah. Also, guys, if there's any charts you'd like us to take a look at, please throw it in the chat. We'd love to. So I'm going to give a couple shout outs. I'm going to start recognizing YouTube's doing this top fans thing. So I'm going to start recognizing people, and, I'll just randomly do some giveaways. I'm not going to do it right now, but randomly. So Mike Volmer, number 1 with 125 XP. Brokioshi. Sorry, bro. They put you on number 2, even though you have the same XP. And then number 3 is Todd Keaton. So thank you, guys. The way you earn these points, to my understanding, is being active in the chat, super chats, super stickers. All those are how they calculate it. I don't know the exact formula, but either way, big thank you to all of you that are helping us out. Guys, we partnered with a new prop firm. It's called Klein Funding. We're in the process of setting up our accounts. I have mine set up. I'm going to have Brendan set up. Brendan and I are going to have a little bit of a challenge here. We're going to have a little trading challenge, bro.
All right, what's up?
It'll be fun. I don't know what we're going to bet yet, but you got a car?
Of course I do.
We're not going to bet your car, though, but yeah. So we're going to do it. So if you're interested, they got instant funded accounts and also non-instant funded accounts, standard accounts. And there's a special discount code if you want to pull this up real quick. So this is the website, Klein Funding. There's a description, link in the description. If you use OLA25, OLA25, for any standard account, you get 25% off. And then OLA15, so OLA15, you get 15% off the instant funded account. And so here's the beauty of this, right, is you can get essentially a $100,000 account for $340
without the discount code.
Without the discount code, correct. With the discount code, you do the math. I'm good at math, just not right now.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense, but it's fine.
No, it's good.
And so I'm doing a 100K challenge. Brendan's doing a challenge. And so if you want to join us and do a challenge, they do use Bybit. And so you do demo trading through Bybit. So you're going to need an account there. I created one. I was recently in Brazil. And so I created an account while I was there. And so, got an account there. I've been using it. And so I'll share some of those trades as we do it. And the cool thing about this is you can pull real profits out.
Yep.
Out of the 100K, and then if you're good, they'll take you live, and you can be a pro trader for this company and share profits in the actual market.
Got to pass the challenge first.
Yeah. Or you can get an instant funded account and just do it yourself. Totally up to you.
That's cool too.
I want to take a look at the top 100, or the top 20. So Bitcoin 88,510. ETH, I think ETH is going to get rejected at $3,000. Let me go ahead and pull up an ETH chart. I'm going to pull it up on futures on Coinbase. See if there's I pull this up, and
it's a big move. That's a lot of.
Yeah, this one, it's got increased volume, so this is good. So, okay, we're on the daily time frame here. Let's go ahead and mark out some important support resistance levels. I guess my first one, let's go ahead and drop a zone. My first one would be here to here. Okay. And we're talking about 2908 to 3051. We are currently in that zone now. Okay.
Yep.
You can see why volume plays an important role. We had a wick down here at this large volume node, not quite there 100%. And we saw ETH move through this gap. And so easy way, if you're not good at drawing lines, throw on your VRVP and look for the gaps. Price will move rapidly through this gap, and which is exactly what Ethereum did. Large candle, move through the gap. And then you can also see on the flip side, on the resistance side, where is it going to move as well? So for me, ETH 3051 is the level ETH has to reclaim for me to feel any sort of confidence on a continued uptrend. This is a good sign, though. Not necessarily a clean V-shaped recovery, but a decent, right? Similar V-shaped recovery. Let's take a look at Market Cipher B. Let's also throw on Market Cipher A. Nothing on A. Nice bounce on momentum on B. VWAP expansion to the upside. Money flow is still pretty deep in the red, but did get a double green dot here on Market Cipher B, which you can see the last few times it's kind of been a false signal, 3 times actually. You had a little bit of a relief rally here, right? This is a 13% rally. That was pretty good. Actually, I take that back. That was not a false signal. That was, in fact, a good signal. But the more recent one was a false signal because price moved down 13%. And so this happened on yesterday's daily candle, so it is confirmed. Price is moving up. But I'd be careful. I think I want to see what price does at $3,051. If we get a clean break above and volume continues to increase like we're seeing here, at that point, I think I feel confident entering. And then just, I mean, you're looking at stops. Where are you going to find stops to see if we can track any gaps here with Lux Algo? So we had a large liquidity grab at 3509. We also have a large order block at that level again. So that looks like there's some confluence here. We're looking at this large where'd you go? Looking at this large liquidity grab to the downside, and then this order block here where it was around, looks like 2.5, 3 to 1 sellers versus buyers. And then just above that, you got a fair value gap between 36.79 and 38.37. I don't expect, unless market conditions completely shift, for ETH to push all the way up there. I would expect a retest, though, of the previous week high, which I'll drop a flag, is 32.18. And so if you wait for a break above this zone, the 3,058, and you wait for that retest, right, you can scalp not 6% off that move, or at least take 50% of your profit off the table and scalp 6% on the 50%. And then I would ride this thing up to this order block at 35.87. If momentum continues to carry us in that direction, we can go down to maybe the 4-hour time frame.
There's a nice little blue triangle in the Market Cipher A on the 4-hour.
On the 4-hour?
Yeah.
Let's take a peek.
I mean,
Blue triangle means that the previous trend is coming to an end.
mm-hmm.
So previous trend is up. Is it confirmed? It is confirmed. Ooh. Uh-oh. Let's see the last time we got a blue triangle. Price continued and then fell. I mean,
I don't know.
4% up and 30% down.
Yeah, it's not a big tell. Who knows?
Yeah, but this was, I mean, it's been incorrect too. Like this was, I guess, kind of correct. This was incorrect. Correct. I guess correct. Yeah, I mean, it's correct more oftentimes than it's not. So,
yeah.
I mean, you get this signal flash towards the top end of the range. So it makes sense. Now, the important thing for ETH to keep structure, right, and to continue this trend up, in my opinion, is it has to, if it does reverse, it has to stay above 2909. If it can stay above 2909, I think we're good, and we see another push, another leg up to that 3170. You got a large volume node. This is also where ETH made put in a local top. Red X did all the way down. And so ETH is, to me, is kind of in no man's land. Like, it's a lot of wait and see for ETH.
Yeah.
Unless you see something different. What you got over there?
I agree with you. I think
You got to talk into the microphone, my friend.
Yeah, I agree with you. I just think it's a lot of
Uncertainty.
yeah, and there's not a lot of volatility. It's not crazy volatile.
No.
So
It's not.
it's pretty choppy.
Yeah. Let's look at the chat. Let's see if the chat's asking for anything. Okay. Broke Yosh said, hola, what's up, dude? In Bitcoin, though, that's the value area low, the up 45-minute range, in my opinion. Let me just kind of go through the chat here, see if I missed anything. How's everyone? Digital Assets said, how's everyone? We're great, man.
Awesome.
Rusty said, I mean, the leverage was 160 there. The market's never. Anyways, Russ said, it got liquidated again. Damn.
What did he say?
Said it got liquidated.
Oh.
Mike Volman said, did Rob turn off the heat in the studio? No, it's just this LED wall emits a lot of heat, but sometimes it doesn't. And so today it's not. So it's a little cold. So hence the jacket. So Cam's video said XRP. You want to take a look at an XRP chart,
Yeah,
Brandon?
let me look.
Okay. He's going to pull up an XRP chart. I'll continue. Great show today with both of you guys trading together. I hope you do stream daily. DC Crypto, or D Crypto, thanks, dude. Yeah, like I said, Brendan's going to be joining us more. He'll come back on Wednesday, and then we're not doing a show Thursday or Friday for Thanksgiving weekend. But the week after, I don't know, he should be joining us, I think, every day. So it'll be fun. He'll be joining me on the trading show and then the morning show 5 days a week as well.
Indeed.
And so we're excited. We're excited to have Brendan join us, man. This guy's very smart. What you got on XRP, my friend? Talk us through what you're doing so people who are watching maybe that are new to charting or trading.
Yeah, so what I'm doing right now is I went up to the daily and I'm just looking for key resistance zones and key support zones. So we have a nice little support zone right here, and then we also have a resistance zone up here around $3 is where we're catching resistance, $3.05 if you want to be exact. But what I see right here is we broke through this support right here a little bit. And so, but it looks like it's making a move up. So I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe it's retesting it and it's going to shoot back down. Who knows? If we go down to the 4 hour, hold on. Let me expand this up a little bit. We have a push through, and it's pushing up back through the resistance. So if it does that, we have or it's pushing up through the resistance. So if it pushes back up here and hits this resistance, we might see, I mean, you could take a nice little long here, pushing up through here. It breaks this support, goes through right here, hits this resistance, and it could bounce back down. That's what it did last time it hit this support zone down here, and then it bounced up, made a move. What is this? Let's see. 17%, almost.
Nice move.
Yeah, that's a pretty nice move. So I think that it could do a similar thing, and we have a nice break above a candle closure actually above this support zone. So
and follow through.
Yeah, so I think that could be a good move. That would be a great long to take right there.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. It's done what you waited for it to do.
Yeah.
It's closed the candle above.
Yep.
Are you entering now, or are you waiting for a retest?
I want to wait. Me personally, I want to wait for a fair value gap on the 30-minute and a retest, and then I would get in.
Okay.
Yep. That's what I would do.
Yeah. For me, XRP, from just like a narrative standpoint, I mean, like Rob mentioned in the morning, it had its run, and it's just kind of taken a backseat. It's been consolidating for a while. I mean, if you go to the daily, yeah, this was let's. Ooh, I have 34 drawings on this chart. What the hell was I doing? Let's get rid of trend line, bye-bye, yes. This thing's been in a downtrend since, I mean, it reached a peak of 370. From peak to trough, 50% over a course of 125 days, right? So, and it didn't, I mean, I guess it consolidated a little bit here. Right, this maybe was like a little bit of a consolidation zone before it kind of fell through. And so I expect it to get rejected at 231. So for me to have any confidence, also, we're not really seeing volume, at least on the daily. For me to get any confidence, I want to be above 265, man. And I know that sounds like a long way to go, But if we zoom into the 1 hour and we keep these levels the same, let's get rid of market cipher so we can see a little clear on the levels. Well, first it's getting rejected at this volume node, right? Also had this massive, I mean, I think it was clear on the 4 hour. Yeah, this inverse head and shoulders, dude, this was clean. I mean, coming in from a big gap there, bam, you come in. And let's see where this measured move would take us. And if we've reached that measured move yet. No. You stay, you come with me. So a measured move takes us to 239, which we can get there. I mean, you see the spike in volume on the 4 hour, so it's not that bad. The daily look, okay. Money flow looks like it's about to cross to the upside, which is good. I'd be careful though because RSI is hitting overbought levels, and so expect a little bit of a reversion. Can we come back and test the neckline? Maybe, right? Where's our neckline here? Let me drop a flag. Our neckline is around $2.10. So if I'm looking for a long to scalp on XRP, I'm waiting for a retest. And if I don't get the retest, so what? I'll look for the next trade. I think that's the important thing, is not to FOMO in when you start seeing the price, just the candles, like the lower time frame candles start to just bum, 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 right? Cascade up. But wait for the retest. If you don't get the retest, man, that's okay.
Yeah, let it be.
There's plenty of trades out there. But I think that retest would be great. And even if you took the retest up to where it's at now, that's an 8% move.
It's a nice.
I'm happy.
Yeah, it's a scalp.
That's $1,600 on a 20K margin trade.
Yeah, it's a scalp. It's not a swing trade.
Yeah,
you're trying to make quick money.
Yeah, for me, it's scalp season.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always a scalper, man.
Yeah,
I like that scalping.
Speaking of scalping, I was watching *Inglourious Basterds* yesterday. Have you ever seen that movie with Brad Pitt?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, they watch the movie. You'll see why I stopped and said that on scalping.
Yeah, I'm a little young though. That sounds.
I know.
Yeah,
it's still a good movie though. I think you'll like it.
Okay, I'll watch.
And you'll learn some history from it. It's about World War II and the Nazis.
Okay. Okay. Nice, dude.
That's the way he says it. Man, I think that's all I got, dude. You got anything else you want to share?
I think we went over a lot of stuff. I mean, if the chat needs to see something else, we can maybe look into it. But
yeah, I think I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm good. What's your Instagram handle so I can tell people to go?
My Instagram handle, I actually just
for the new one that you
I just made a new Instagram. It is b._trades. So b.dot_trades.
b.dot_trades. Right here?
Yep, that's me.
Bam. All right, guys, do me a favor. Go follow Brendan on Instagram. Are you on X too?
I'll get one.
Okay.
Put it on there.
He's on Instagram. This is going to be posting all this trading content. And so go support our boy.
Yep.
I just followed you. I didn't know.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
James said the Bear Jew. Yeah, you'll see that from the movie as well.
Hey, I'm glad James watched it too.
They call him the Bear Jew then.
This sounds like a movie you would watch.
It's definitely a movie
Like
I'd watch.
Libre,
And I watched it yesterday. I know, I love Nacho Libre. It's such a good movie. Although, I will say, Tropic Thunder, the best one-liners in the history of one-liners in movies.
Better than the Chipmunk Names.
Better than the Chipmunk Names. All right, we're done. We love you guys. We'll see you back here on Wednesday. Until then, peace.
Peace out.